Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you joining us on this Thursday morning here in the East Coast. Our topic today is LightFair 2012. Those of you who have been joining us over the years know that typically what we do for a LightFair recap is explore new emerging technologies that debuted at the show. This year, 2012, you probably heard, was more of an LED show than a LightFair show. Tremendous percentage of booths displaying either LEDs, LED arrays, LED modules, LED fixtures, or bulbs. It was easy to understand why it was being called the LED lighting show. So rather than go around and highlight what was seen around the show, this year, because there was so many new and exciting things at the MaxLite booth, we are going to focus on our own LED products that debuted at the show. I should say also that there were many more products at the show than we will review today. Today we are reviewing the products that debuted at the 2012 LightFair show, where those products are available for sale today. The other products that we debuted that are still in development and going through certifications and the like, we very well may go back and do a part 2 of this in the future. Before we get started, because MaxLite is known as an energy efficient lighting company and to some as a energy efficient fluorescent lighting company, I wanted to just share with you MaxLite's history of LED products. Our first product debuted in 2002 as an exit sign retrofit. Many companies at the time had that. Red was the brightest LED color that was available. This was before white color was available in LED. 2004, we brought on a full universal exit sign. We basically just had 2 SKUs in white, one red, one green. These were universal, battery backup all the time. They could be used in single and double faced applications, ceiling and wall mount, side mount, and so on. Full, true universal. As a matter of fact, those exit signs are still in the line today. 2007 was our first general lighting LED product, our first white light LED product with the LED light bar. One of the most successful LED products in the market still today. We'll talk a little bit later about generation 2 of that light bar. Generation 1 we have sold hundreds of thousands of feet. It was a true 2700 Kelvin. A little side note about Kelvin temperature warm white. Prior to white light LED, 2700 was considered the warm white color. Due to the fact that LEDs get more expensive as they get warmer, or you can say the inverse, you can say they get brighter as they get cooler, MaxLite with a 2700K was very unique. Most competitors at the time, the warmest product that they can make available to the market was 3000K. And it's interesting to me that still today, many companies have cooled off their warm to 3000K. That is not necessary anymore. 2700K in LED is easy to achieve, and whether the market wants 2700K or 3000K, we can accommodate. In 2008, MaxLite started introducing our screw-in LED PAR and plug-in MR16 5.3 base products. 2009, time flies. It seems like just yesterday that MaxLite introduced the first edge-lit LED lay-in troffer. It was the first in the market. It was the first to have UL safety certifications, and it instantly became a standard, the product to meet or beat. The key to this product was that it was equal to fluorescent but had controllability like fluorescent never could. Today, the product has evolved so much that there are many more advantages. 2010, we brought in our surface mount canopies used for garage lights and other applications. Shortly thereafter, the wall packs, both the full cutoff and the traditional type. And of late, we have added to our commercial outdoor LED line with a area light / shoebox, as well as a full line of flood fixtures. What I don't have listed here is also in 2012 is the introduction of the Eco T, which is now another standard in fluorescent replacement to LED. So at the show, MaxLite booth was very busy. We had about 20 employees at any given moment, and each one of us was captivated by someone coming through with questions and wanted attention to be able to understand all the products that were debuting. One of the biggest hits were these very small but very powerful floodlights. These floodlights come in 14, 30, and 50 watts. They have a yoke that is included that gives you about a 270-degree rotation swing. Our lumens are up to about 3,500 lumens with the 50 watt, about 1,000 for the lower wattage. They all come with a full 5-year warranty. They are all universal voltage, 120 through 277. They're all compatible with controls such as motion controls, timers, and photo controls. Applications are a little obvious, but I do want to bring to your attention one application that I would have never thought of. This was down in the Carolinas, I guess South Carolina, not too many palm trees in North Carolina, where they were looking to light up the palm trees. They were replacing a 100-watt, I don't recall if it was a metal halide or a high-pressure sodium, went down to 14 watts of LED. These fixtures are a full IP66 rating, so they can be pointed straight up. And what a tremendous energy savings, going from about 115, 118 watts down to 14 watts, and a much better color as well. Another product that we just had to have 2 or 3 people manning this section of the booth constantly was the introduction of an array of screw-in LED bulbs. The market has been waiting for these for a long time. We have all the shapes and sizes, all the flavors, A19, candelabra, both flame tip and torpedo, globes, marquee bulbs, PAR and R lamps, a full line. All of these products have LM79 third-party testing. Some of these products are already Energy Star, others are in Energy Star testing currently. These are all Lighting Facts listed products, all with a 5-year warranty. I'd like to take a minute to talk about what we call the 2-watt A bulb. This is an 11S14 replacement. In the past, an 11S14 ran about 70 to 100 lumens, incandescent, had about a 1,500 to 2,000 hour life. In the last couple of years, CCFL, cold cathode fluorescent lamps, have come to dominate that marquee 11S14 application. And cold cathode, which is a fluorescent, it has fluorescent issues in that it has color issues, color shifting over time, generally to the blue or the purplish. The life is really capped out at about 25,000 hours. I've seen some claims of beyond that. I'd have to see some third-party data to believe it. My own testing over a decade and a half shows that steep lumen depreciation after 15,000 hours. What I wanted to bring to your attention, what you should know about this 11S14 is that it is a 50,000 hour product, has the same photometric pattern as the incandescent bulb that we are replacing with full backlight. It is the warm color of an incandescent and has no color shifting over time. These are UL approved for outdoor use. They can chase and strobe and flash and dim. It's a great product. Many of our visitors had not known that a product existed like this until LightFair. We also have the candle bulbs, which are very decorative, the A bulbs, and the G bulbs. Next product category is this security light. Now, this is the first in an LED with an LED light source. We have seen this product over the last 20 years with incandescent as a light source, high pressure sodium, low pressure sodium, metal halide, compact fluorescent screw-in, pin-based compact fluorescent, so many light sources. This is the last one. 50,000 hour life, built-in photo control. Install it and forget about it. It's a 120 volt, 50,000 hour life product. Very, very high power factor. Basically, you install this product and you forget about it. With 50,000 hours, you're looking with the photo control, typical part of the United States, 13 to 15 years operation. And at the 50,000 hour point, the product doesn't die. That means that it has depreciated by about 30% or has 70% of the original lumen. So this truly is an install it and forget it product. It's very high quality made, has been sold often with a 9-inch by 9-inch canopy as a set in storage facilities. The 20-watt 9 by 9 canopy on the ceiling and the 14-watt security light outside the door with the photo control, and your lighting in those applications are taken care of for a lifetime. We are running about 900 lumens, which is over 60 lumens per watt. It puts out about a Type 4 photometric pattern. It's heavy weight materials, but the total product is only at about 3 pounds, and again, built-in photo control. I just see here that Ben Ellis from Los Angeles is noted the cool looking globe. Ben, I couldn't agree with you more. As a matter of fact, on that globe, in a future generation, towards the end of the year, the aluminum portion, the back portion, will be painted white so that it looks more like the traditional incandescent. And by the way, that cool looking globe, Ben, is dimmable. Back to the LED light bar. I mentioned earlier that this was MaxLite's first white color or general lighting application LED product. Well, we are now into Generation 2. Generation 1 to Generation 2 is about double the lumen output and still at the same price as Generation 1. A quick comparison, as we have sold close to 500,000 linear feet on the Gen 1, many of you are familiar with it. So let's take a one-for-one look. Let's look at light bar version 1. We went from 1.5 watts to 3 watts, from approximately 36 lumens to approximately 150 lumens. On the next size up, we went from 1.5 watts, 75 lumens to about 200 lumens. The next size up, 2.4 watts, 110 lumens to over 300 lumens. And here's where it's really exciting, folks. Our previous 3.3 watt, what we called the 33 LED linear bar, was running at about 200 lumens per linear foot. Now we are over 500 lumens per linear foot. So this is an incredible advance. And when I said that the pricing hasn't changed, you could also look at it as the price has been cut in half. Previously, you got about 200 lumens from a 33 LED bar. Today, you get about 200 lumens from a 12 LED bar, which is substantially less expensive than the 33. So, in fact, there has been a tremendous price cut per lumen, if you were to look at it that way. One additional bit of information here is the linear runs for the highest power LED bar at 33 LEDs per foot at about 500 lumens per linear foot. You could run 30 of those end-to-end, butt-to-butt, before you have to come in with another power source. That's better than probably any in the market. We won't burden you with specifications. They're basically a little bit less than a 1-inch square by 1 foot. We also have a 6-inch version. They come in 27 and 5,000 Kelvin, and we have several different length options for you for going around corners and the like. Applications are endless. Every day I hear of new applications for these. Besides the short list that you see here, I can tell you that they've been used in manufacturing facilities where there's heavy vibration, and QA stations where they needed intense light in a focused area. The sports book was the very first application that we had designed these products for in Las Vegas, but since that time they have been used in dozens, hundreds of other applications. I will tell you also, notice the stained glass photograph there. That's a decoration that had some linear tubes in it. This is on the front property of an office facility. The product itself is not rated for outdoors, but it certainly can be used in outdoor rated fixtures as long as they're not exposed directly to the weather as a retrofit. Very versatile product. Besides the obvious under cabinet, there are many other applications. The wall packs, it's a pretty generic lighting category, wall packs. I've never found them to be exciting, but let me tell you, at LightFair, it was very exciting. The options that we have, the different wattages that we have available, the styles, both full cutoff and traditional style, has really made a nice, rounded out, full line of products. So we're running from 20 to 70 watts on these wall packs. They are all universal voltage. We have LM79, LM80 data available on all of them. I want to tell you that they are using the old lighting technology housings. In other words, the traditional light source, this was a housing that was developed and designed for metal halide or high pressure sodium. We're utilizing that exact same housing. They're cast aluminum, they're great heat sinks. MaxLite, who has generally in the past been a retrofit company, although we do a lot of new construction these days, having the traditional style in the line allows you to spot replace as fixtures fail, as the lenses break, or as they need to be replaced. Or for complete renovation, you can use the DLC rated full cutoff version and get utility rebates where that is applicable. I want to say that for those of you who have not visited MaxLite.com, it has been updated It's a beautiful website, one of the best that I've seen, and right on the front page you will find a link to your local utility rebates. Now, there are hundreds of utility companies that have rebates. Almost all of them require a DLC, a Design Lights Consortium certification, and I'm here to tell you that all of our full cutoff wall packs do have that coveted DLC certification. The traditional styles do not, as the DLC requires full cutoff and no uplight for just about every category. So for those of you who are in a utility rebated area, certainly do consider the full cutoff wall packs. For those of you where utility money is not relevant to your business, you have both options available to you. The equivalency chart is a rough estimation, but you can see that you can go from as little as 20 watts to 100 watt metal halide replacement and as much as a 60 watt to a 250 watt metal halide replacement. And I got to tell you that I have seen 2 jobs with my own eyes where they replaced 400 watt metal halide with 60 watt LED, and they looked fantastic. Now, I don't know if it was towards the end of the life of those metal halides or if it was due to the color correctness and higher CRI, but it looked like daylight out there, and the 60 watt didn't seem to leave anything behind going from a 400 watt. Our area lights, which many of you only saw for the first time at LightFair, we had been talking about it for several months prior. Today they are all in stock and shipping. These area lights come in 70, 100, and 140 watts. They come with a 6-inch arm, although we have a 12-inch optional square and round arm available. The same exact fixture without the arm, but with a 10-on knuckle, is shipped, and then it is a floodlight fixture. Now, the reason why we took the same exact fixture and gave them 2 sets of model numbers was mainly due to DLC. DLC does not have a category for floodlight fixtures. As a matter of fact, requires full cutoff for their area light fixture. So if we were to ship this universal fixture out without a mounting arm, couldn't be told in advance whether it was eligible for an area light rebate or not. Either way, understand that whether you need a shoebox, a floodlight, or an area light, MaxLite has you covered. Just different mounting options are required. Now, all of these products replace up to a 400 watt. The 70 is about 4,100 lumens. The 140 we're looking at as high as about 8,800 lumens and about 7,000 lumens for the 100 watt in the middle. These all have a CRI of 70, Kelvin temperature of 5,000. The drivers are all built in, and they are universal drivers, 120 through 277. I had a couple of questions recently whether these will pick up the oddball 208, 240 in between, and yes, they will. Have a full 5-year warranty, an IP65 rating. As I said, we have different options for mounting a knuckle when you're using it as a flood, and straight arms when you're using it as an area light or as a shoebox fixture. Well, if I can say there was a #1 product at the MaxLite booth, it would have to be this product, the Eco-T. The Eco-T is not an edge-lit lay-in troffer, but it is an LED direct-lit troffer product. 2x2 at 45 watts, 2x4 at 55 watts. The pricing on this, folks, is unbelievable. I can say that distribution pricing is well under $200. Well under $200 for a 2x4, and a 2x2 surprisingly little, close to fluorescent costs. And when we compare this to fluorescent, remember that we have all the same lumen and light output. We have the IES files and can do lighting layouts for you to prove that, but it also has 0 to 10 controllability. So it's simple controls, low-cost controls, added with a low-cost fixture. This yields a return on investment in 2 to 3 years in just about any application. The 2x2 running at about 3,800 lumens, 2x4 at about 5,000 lumens. Now, when we talk lumens with LED versus lumens of fluorescent, I think we all know by now that it's not really comparable, and that the best way to look at it is foot candles in the application. And to demonstrate foot candles for you, again, we would be happy to do for you at no cost a lighting layout. We have professional Mr. Delgado on board who does this full time, and frankly, he does a fantastic job. High CRI of 85 plus, fits in any standard Type G lay-in grid. Dimmability, we have a Lutron and a Leviton model number here for you, but I will say that it will work with most 0 to 10 wall dimmers. We also have an option for you to use a handheld remote control dimmer, and if need be, we can put in building controls as an added option for full controllability. Efficacies here of 90 lumens per watt, which is exceeding really the delivered foot candles of a fluorescent fixture. For your own ease, IES files, full data sheets, and LM79 reports are all available at MaxLite.com. We have nothing to hide. These reports, unedited, are available for you. If you do your own lighting layouts, the IES files are there as well, or you can fill out a simple form and we can do that layout for you. The gentleman you see here is Mr. Bill Fenimore, a friend of mine. Bill has been in the energy lighting business for decades. In this photograph here, we brought him in with the lights off, put him under the lights while he was looking at the floor, turned the lights on, and then asked him to look at them from directly below and to identify the LED from the fluorescent. From that perspective that you see right there in that picture, he was not able to identify which is which I think is a fantastic feature. We can do for you full ROI analysis. A basic analysis spreadsheet is available for download, or we could do that for you as well. Folks, we have gone through our webinar. It's been just about 30 minutes. We're going to leave the line open for your questions. Again, we will try to answer your questions within the next 24 to 48 hours. While some of you are posting your questions and comments, I wanted to remind you all that all of these MaxLite webinars are available online, either through MaxLite.com or at the MaxLite YouTube channel. Not all of these webinars are outright commercials for MaxLite product. Most often, they are bringing some kind of value to you, news in the industry that's important for you to know, new topics and changes such as scotopic and pupil lighting, EPACT laws, and so on. All those webinars are there available for you. And of late, MaxLite has opened up University of MaxLite. You could find that at university.maxlite.com. For you distributors, facility managers, rep agencies, for your new hires, you should absolutely mandate that they go through this University of MaxLite. This is not a commercial for MaxLite products. It is an outright lighting course. There is a beginner's, an intermediate, and an advanced. It's free. It's open 24 hours a day. Set up an account, choose the courses that you want to take, and take those courses at your own pace. It will remember who you are when you return. It will remember where you left off. It will have a Q&A and grade you at the end of each course. And you can take those Q&As as often as you like, and only your highest score will be remembered. Again, thank you all so much for joining us this morning. We know that your time is valuable, and we hope to contribute towards your business.